Hello friends, I am Dr. Amol KM. So we'll begin with session number 8, that is important topics of the lesson cartooning. In the last two sessions we have dealt with the lesson called cartooning by R.K. Lakshman. In the sixth session we dealt with introduction to author, where we came to know about many details of the author R.K. Lakshman. And in the last session, we came to know about the critical analysis. We came to know the plot of the story or the plot of the lesson, that is cartooning. And now, in this session, we will be dealing with the important topics. So let us begin with discussing those important topics then. The first teacher's appearance. The first important topic is the first teacher's appearance. According to the writer, the first teacher was lean and dark. He had mossy clumps of hair cascading from his upper lip. One could never see his mouth fully. One only his front two teeth, which jutted out like rabbits when he smiled or when he grimaced. He wore a turban, a tight coat, and what was called a cycle dhoti. It was wound round in a manner that made the legs resemble the narrow drain pipes. A stain of beady hung about him permanently. Hence, the teacher's appearance confirmed to the classic stereotype according to the writer. So, in the first important topic, the the author, that is R.K. Lakshman, talks about his teacher's appearance. According to him, he had crumbs of hair, and they are they are cascading from his upper lip, and he also tells that no one could see his upper upper lip, or no one can see his mouth fully, as only two teeth are visible whenever he smiled or whenever he got angry. And then he talks about his clothes. According to writer, his teacher always was wearing a turban, a tight coat, and a cycle dhoti. And the way he made his dhoti, the way he wore his dhoti, that made the legs resemble like narrow drain pipes. And he always had a beady in his mouth. He was a chain smoker. So, according to author, or according to R.K. Lakshman, his teacher is a very classical, traditional way of dressing, and he was traditional in every way of life. He wore traditional clothes, and he was old-fashioned guy who never smiled, who always angry with his students, and he always wanted an excuse to go out and have a smoke. So this is about the appearance of his teacher. Then R.K. Lakshman talks about the monitor's function in the class. The teacher used to leave the class all the time just to have a smoke. The class monitor was given the responsibility to maintain the order. The boy narrated the same story always. There is three stories: the crow and the princess, the crocodile and the monkey, and donkey and the court jester. No one paid attention to these stories as they were heard earlier so many times. Students used to engage in gossip. So here R.K. Lakshman talks about the role of monitor once teacher leaves. He also tells the teacher always wanted to leave because he wanted to smoke. So whenever he leaves, the responsibility of handling the class was given to monitor, and the monitor used to come up with stories. He used to tell three stories. The first one is, that is, of a crow and the prince. The second one is crocodile and monkey. third one is donkey and coach jester. But since these stories are heard by his classmates many times, so no one paid attention to them, and everybody was engaged in chit chatting. Then the next important topic is the teacher's appreciation. Once, before leaving to have a smoke, the teacher gave a task to draw a leaf, any leaf. This task, this task had engaged all the students creatively. The teacher observed the author's drawing and questioned him if he had drawn. Later, he appreciated Lakshman's piece of art and showed it to whole class and remarked, "You will be an artist one day, keep it up." Lakshman got 10 out of 10. The teacher was very much impressed by the perfect shape of the people leaf. The unexpected encouragement gave a birth to a new artist in Lakshman, and that was his destiny. His drawings could be seen on the floors, walls, and doors of his house. So now we talk about the next important topic of the lesson, that is the teacher's appreciation for R.K. Lakshman's art. One day, before going out for a smoke, the teacher gave a task to draw a leaf, and everybody was engaged in drawing a leaf. And it was R.K. Lakshman who drew it perfectly. In fact, this drawing was so attractive that the teacher got impressed and asked him whether he himself had drawn it. And Lakshman said, "Yes, yes, sir, I have drawn it." And for that, again, teacher appreciated him a lot, and he said, "You will definitely be an artist." And he further said, "Keep it up." And this made Lakshman happy. And Lakshman got 10 out of 10 marks for his drawing, the way he drawn it. And this encouragement given by his teacher made him believe that he could become an artist. Thus, that is the birth that is the birth of new artist. That's where R.K. Lakshman started believing in himself that he could become an artist one day. And like in fact, he became an artist, as becoming an artist is in his destiny. And so this is how the journey of artist began for R.K. Lakshman. And he always drew something or the other in his house also. Uh, he is he used to draw on the floors, on the walls and doors of his houses, on the house also. Then my next important topic is the impact of moral stories on the writer's creativity. The prose taught Lakshman moral values such as truthfulness, honesty, and showing respect to elders. He remembers once that one of the poems about a cow called Punakoti grazing along with others of his herd. He continues that Punakoti somehow strayed on the way and back home in the evening, could not find way to go back home in the evening. A huge hungry tiger confronted the cow and demanded that she should become his meal. And the cow agrees, and before that, it wanted time to go back, and it wanted to talk with its child, and it would come back. And finally, the tiger also agreed, and in fact, Punukudi went back to the herd, and it went back to its place. It spoke with its child and bid goodbye, and it came back, and that made the tiger uh, feel bad about itself, and it felt bad for himself, and it was so impressed with the honesty of cow, and it decided to take his life by committing suicide. So it jumped from the edge of the cliff, and that's how this story had a huge impact on R.K. Lakshman. The author also recalled one more poem about a woodcutter, which was known to all Kannadigas of that time. One day, a woodcutter accidentally dropped his iron axe into the pond. God wanted to test his honesty, who appeared as disguised fisherman. God retrieved the axe from the bottom of the pool and gave it back to the woodcutter. But the man returned it as it is made up of gold, and he said that it doesn't belong to him as he had an iron axe. Then again God retrieved one more axe from the pond and gave it to the woodcutter, and it was also refused by him, this woodcutter, as the axe was made up of silver. Finally, the iron axe was given to the woodcutter by the god, and the woodcutter accepted it with delight. God was pleased with the honesty of woodcutter and blessed him, and it also rewarded him suitably. So, all these moral stories, the story of Punakoti as well as the story of woodcutter, had a huge impact on Okay, Lakshman. Both the stories taught the principles of honesty and truthfulness, and thus these stories had a huge impact on the life of R.K. Lakshman. Now we have come to the last part of the session, that is revision. The important topics of the lesson are: first, teacher's appearance, the monitor's function in the class, the teacher's appreciation, the impact of model stories on writers' creativity, the poem of Punyakoti and the poem of Woodcutter. So these are the main topics or the important topics of the lesson. So with this, I would like to end the session. Hope you people understood the important topics of the lesson. So I'll come back again with the next session. Till then, be uh, be positive, take care, and be safe. Thank you. Thank you very much.